Hey there, want to spend less time pulling weeds? Check out Soil Shield by Modern Grower. It's the pre-cut landscape fabric solution to help you drastically reduce weed pressure. Just roll it out, staple it down, and plant. Then let it do the work for you. Say goodbye to endless weeding and hello to more free time. Plus, it's high quality, durable, and will last for years, saving you time and money in the long run. It's available in a variety of row and hole spacings to accommodate all the crops that vegetable farmers grow. Learn more about Soil Shield landscape fabric at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.
When you say like prices may be too low, like what are we talking here? Because like, for instance, there's another grower in our market who's selling cucumbers for like 75 cents a pound, and I'm selling them for $4 a pound. And I consistently sell out and he doesn't. So where are you now? Granted, I'm bringing like 5-6 pounds of cucumbers a week right now, but where do your prices fall per pound on different things?
Yeah, I can compare to what you guys have been talking about. I think and I'm not just necessarily needing to compare to what your prices there in Georgia are, but just from what I do in my own calculations, I have a spreadsheet that I try to go through every winter and kind of see where I'm falling on profitability. But just as an example, I think you said your salad mix, you were doing $6.50 for a half pound. Is that right?
I was doing $6. So I went with lowering the amount versus changing the price. So I'm doing a 6-ounce bag for $6.
Okay. So we're doing
$16 a pound.
Yeah.
More or less.
7 to 8 ounces for $5. Yeah. But like I said, and that's a price increase, but no one else is doing salad mix at our market. So like I said, that's one of those crops I need to get on dial that in because I know that's the low hanging fruit. But so I'm often there are times when it's like, I know it's super high quality, small leaves, super tender arugula. And then other times when I'm picking bigger heads and just chopping it up. And so the kind of pristine or highest end quality isn't there. So I feel okay about where it's at, but I want to try to improve that. And then like tomatoes, we're at $3 a pound for slicers, for heirlooms, a little more than that for cherries and grape tomatoes. And we sell those in pints for $4, which is a little under a pound. So I think your carrots were more than mine. And I know carrots and beets are both something I need to be coming up on just because of coming up in price because of the amount of work. And my stepdad washes all the roots and he constantly accuses me of not knowing what it takes because I don't know the last time I washed. No, I have washed roots recently because sometimes he's not there, but he constantly accuses me of not knowing how much work it is, lovingly, of course. But so I know we need to go up on that. And so I've been charging $4 a bunch and it's more than half pound. And I think you said you were at a half pound for 5 or 6 or something, right?
Yeah, I do about a half pound bunch. I don't know. Sometimes it varies from week to week, but yeah, somewhere around a half pound bunch, but I do $4. So initially I tried to shoot for this like magical, everything that's bunched is $4 and everything that's bagged is $6. And I thought it'd be like this perfect magical thing. And I realized like not everything falls into either of those categories. And now everything ranges from $2 to $15 and anywhere in between. And so, but yeah, roots are the one thing that I feel like I'm losing. I'm not losing money, but I'm potentially like sacrificing profit because I can't go much smaller than a half pound bunch. Like it just feels dinky. It feels, yeah, especially once you start getting into like your larger beets or larger carrots, and you're like, it's 2 beets. Like who wants to pay $4 for 2 beets, even though it weighs the same as a bunch of 10 tiny beets? It just doesn't quite feel right. And so it varies between a half pound and 3/4, but that's the bunched root vegetables are definitely the one thing that I feel like I have the most opportunity to increase the amount of profit that we're making. But yeah, and that's another extremely beneficial thing that I've gained from being on another farm is like knowing what to charge for things, because like I'm by far the most expensive farm at the farmer's market, like 75 cents a pound for cucumbers or $2 a pound for green beans and things that, yeah, like I'm literally posted up next to a farmer. We both have zucchini, we both have yellow squash, we both have cucumbers, and I'm consistently like double the price of his. And so it makes you feel a little uncomfortable at first, but then you realize it's like, but people are buying all of mine. And so it's like, okay, so for whether or not, and I feel like some of that has come down to, I tend to pick the smaller ones. And so I've been really surprised at how many people want small cucumbers, small zucchini, small yellow squash. And so obviously like per pick, I guess, if you can quantify it that way, we might be making about the same, but when it comes down to it, like per weight, I'm definitely doing more. And so, yeah, the price is one of those things where no one tells you what you're supposed to charge. They just expect you to figure it out. And the customer, and you have to just start spitballing and then and I felt it's like push the boundary of where you think people want to spend. And then when they don't buck back, then you're like, okay. And I guess we've like, this price makes me uncomfortable, but it doesn't make the customer uncomfortable. And that seems to be the perfect place to be.
Yeah, right. No, that seems wise to start there. And I do, like I said, I have this spreadsheet that I do have some numbers behind my prices, but it's more like a ranking. Like I know where my crops fall and tomatoes are up here. And so I'm fine where I'm at on price on tomatoes because I feel like we're more profitable on them than most of the produce. And then the things filter down and I just am trying to like move those lower ones up a little bit each season.
If you enjoy this podcast, then be sure to check out Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily, where you can get your daily dose of farm wisdom. Tune in every day to learn the latest tips, tricks, and stories from the world of farming. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just getting started, our podcast has something for everyone. Join us as we explore topics like farm business, crop planning, soil management, and tools and technology. Start your day off right with Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily, available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe today.